It's the final game before Christmas for the Prowlers, and it's Teddy Bear Toss night at McMorran Place as they finish up their series with the Mississippi Seawolves. Hi everybody, Will Wiggleman here with you on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Well, it is Teddy Bear Toss night tonight, a great tradition around the minor, pro, and junior hockey world, and that means that when the Prowlers score their first goal, hundreds of these guys of all shapes and sizes will hit the ice here at McMorran Place, and they'll all be donated to McLaren Hospital here in Port Huron. The Prowlers only did score twice last night, but it was enough to get a victory in overtime over Mississippi. Alex Johnson scored the winner, and Port Huron now has a chance to go for a sweep against the lowly Seawolves. We'll have much more for you on the pregame show coming up next. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
Welcome back here to McMorran Place. Prowlers and Seawolves wrapping up their two-game set on this final weekend before Christmas, and Port Huron is looking for a sweep. Will Wiggleman back with you tonight as the ice is lit up red and green for the holiday season on Teddy Bear Toss night at McMorran Place, and hopefully we'll see all these bears that have been brought for donation hitting the ice at some point later tonight. The Prowlers only scored twice, as I mentioned in the open last night. They did still get the victory, though, 2-1 in overtime on Alex Johnson's first career overtime winner. Reggie Millette set up both his goal and the power play goal by Tucker Scantleberry in the second period. Millette getting, again, the assist on each of those goals. Austin Federley and Brett Lockhart each got an assist on a goal in that game. And Valtteri Nusiainen found himself back in the win column with his 7th victory of the season after making 26 saves. Meanwhile, the former Prowler Dalton Anderson scored with an assist from another former Prowler, Matt Stoya. That goal came just less than a minute into the game, but the Seawolves did not find the back of the net after that, as Nusiainen made 26 straight saves in the final 50-plus minutes of that one, 59-plus minutes of that game. Well, it doesn't change much over in the Empire Division, although things are getting a little bit tighter over there. Mississippi, of course, not too much of a threat to anybody in the Continental as well, although Athens did fall below Blue Ridge as the Bobcats won last night. Rock Lobsters lost in overtime to the Columbus River Dragons. Both of those teams in action tonight and switching buildings for tonight's games as they were involved in home and homes this weekend. But the Rock Lobsters have plenty of games in hand on the Bobcats, so that will certainly affect how the final standings turn out. We'll see if the Rock Lobsters can find their way back into the playoff picture. Of course, they have a fabulous record, 10-2-1. They just haven't played nearly as many games as the other teams in the Continental Division. But over in the Empire, the Watertown Wolves seem to be slipping, and it sounds like they are in a bit of a tumultuous position up there in Watertown, the team overall. The Wolves have lost 3 straight. They're 5-5 in their last 10. And that seems to be opening the door just a little bit for teams like the Hat Tricks and the Prowlers to try and challenge them for that second seed in the division. And that's certainly big because not only did the Prowlers win last night, but the Motor City Rockers and the HC Venom won as the Rockers beat the Hat Tricks, Venom beat the Wolves. So with all those teams down below, winning last night and defeating those two teams in the Wolves and the Hat-Tricks up above. And things just getting that much tighter over in the Empire. Well, we mentioned it, Dalton Anderson scored for the Seawolves last night. That was his team high 8th goal of the season, and he became the first Seawolf, along with Matt Stoya, who assisted on the goal, to eclipse 10 points on the season. It took 19 games for the Seawolves to have anybody on their roster with double-digit points, but they finally get it. Again, Dalton Anderson and Matt Stoya both now with 10 points this year, leading the team. Tucker Scantlebury also took his team lead in goals last night with his 9th of the year. He's now up to 15 points. And for Scantlebury, that was his first power play marker, but he does have a hat trick under his belt from earlier this season, and he can certainly put the puck in the back of the net. Prowlers hoping that he can do some more of that, and maybe he'll be the teddy bear toss goal scorer tonight. We'll have a new one as Dalton J scored the teddy bear toss goal each of the last 2 seasons. He, of course, not playing tonight as he has retired from pro hockey. Well, the Prowlers making some changes in their lineup ahead of tonight's game. Nothing different on the defensive side, but up front, lots of changes as they continue to try to search for offense. As Austin Federley returns alongside Matt Graham, Reggie Millette will be the other winger on that line, so we'll see if the Graham-Federley connection can get some offense going. Jamie Bussell returns to his natural center position, and he'll play with Tucker Scantlebury and Kenny Stiles. So both Graham and Scantlebury on those top 2 lines with 2 completely new and different skaters alongside them than they had in last night's game. Stiles moves up from the 3rd line. Daniel Chartrand drops down to play with Tristan Sim, and Luke James becomes the extra forward tonight, and Stephen Deasy slipping into the lineup for tonight's game in place of Joel Frazee, who is a healthy scratch. He'll be on the right wing with Sim and Chartrand. Again, the defense pairings staying the same, and Reed Cooper will get the cert tonight between the pipes. As per usual for the Prowlers since signing Cooper, it's been Nusiainen, Cooper alternating for the past little while. And we'll see if Reed Cooper can pick up a victory for the 3rd straight games. He lost his first ever start with the Prowlers, but has won the last 2 and looked impressive doing it, especially in his 32-save shootout win over the Motor City Rockers a week ago. As we're waiting for both teams to hit the ice, you see the referees out there now. And we are just minutes away from puck drop. The second meeting between these 2 teams this weekend. This will wrap up the weekend, but it will not wrap up the season series between these teams. Seawolves will be back here at McMorran Place for 3 more games. They'll have a doubleheader in January on the 17th and 18th, so that's less than a month from now. And again, hopefully the Seawolves will have their full contingent of players for that one after all their travel issues this weekend. And then the Seawolves will be here for 1 game, and they'll play the Motor City Rockers also that weekend, but they'll be here for just 1 game on March the 22nd. So plenty of time to come see the Mississippi Seawolves here at McMorran Place this season. Prowlers don't actually travel down to Biloxi this season. They've had their trip on the Bayou, and that was down to the Gulf Coast. That was when they faced the Baton Rouge Zydeco and the Monroe Moccasins. So they are done with travels down there, though they will be heading south after Christmas next week as they take on the Athens Rock Lobsters for the very first time. But still lots to get to before all that. 60 minutes of hockey here between the Prowlers and the Seawolves, and Port Huron trying to go on a winning streak as they have won their last 2, trying to make it 3 in a row and get themselves on track. And we'll see if they can start a little bit of a streak here. Again, the Rock Lobsters have been a very good team this season, although they've had some close games against teams like the Seawolves this year. They have lost to the Dashers Hockey Club of Danville, Illinois, but they are, again, certainly have a great record and will be a tough team. Let's take you down to ice level for the rest of tonight's pregame ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America and salute the men and women serving our country with the singing of our national anthem. Sponsored by Duraclean, by Mike Belcher. We remind all members of the armed forces and veterans who are present but not in uniform that you may render the military salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big special welcome to the Prowlers' very own Sarah.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
event back on the anthem tonight from McMorran Place. Prowlers and Seawolves minutes away from puck drop. And before we get there, let's take a look at the starting goaltending matchup for tonight's game. Well, we knew the Seawolves were going to be going back to Sam Best because he's the only goaltender that traveled for them this weekend. But the Prowlers switched things up. They put Reed Cooper in between the pipes tonight. He is a 2-1 record, .294 goals against average, and a .910 save percentage. And again, looking to pick up a victory for the third straight start as the Kroger delivery truck heads out to deliver tonight's game pucks. And it looks like we have a ceremonial puck drop down there at the Zamboni door. Prowlers looking for the sweep of the Seawolves this weekend.
For our ceremonial puck drop for tonight's game.
As James Freed does the ceremonial puck drop, Prowlers dipping a little bit into the politics side of things tonight. And we are just moments away from the action. Prowlers wearing their gold alternate jerseys tonight after moving to 3-0 in the red heritage jerseys last night. Those have become good luck for the Prowlers. And we'll see who scores the teddy bear toss goal. Again, first goal tonight in case you are new to teddy bear tosses, new to minor pro hockey. The first goal of the game means that for the Prowlers means that all of the fans in the arena who brought teddy bears for donations or other stuffed animals get to throw them on the ice. They're cleaned up and then donated. We'll see how long it takes us to get there as we're underway here tonight. Prowlers starting with the Brock and Locke pairing, Brett Lockhart and Ben Brockway. Here's Kenny Stiles centering in front and a save by Best on Scantleberry. Tucker Scantleberry, who had the only Prowlers goal in regulation last night, a good opportunity early in this one. Scantleberry centering, Stiles stopped by the glove of Sam Best. So this line of Stiles, Scantleberry, and Bussell going to work early on in this one on the opening shift. And they get a couple of good attempts at the net. Seawolves an extra man down tonight versus what they were last night as Andrew Stacy was suspended for tonight's game after his actions, which involved the referee. And the official explanation said that he threatened the referee in some way, which obviously we didn't hear up here, but that earned him 1 game suspension tonight, and that makes the Seawolves bench just that much shorter. They played 2 skaters short last night and now will play 3 skaters short tonight because obviously they do not have any reinforcements here to fill in the gap. Here's Reggie Millette dropping off. Delstrom's shot fought off by Best as he took it up high. Delstrom slid it up towards Millette, trying to turn the corner, makes a move, and here he goes. Reggie Millette gets to the slot, takes it, and it's stopped by Best. Petroditson right back down the boards, got past Sim, trying to slip past Turner to the puck. He gets there first. Sim weaves, DC a shot, and Best hangs on for a whistle and a face-off. This has been a good start for the Prowlers. Couple of good shifts in the offensive zone. They already have 6 shots on goal tonight. And we are just a minute and 40 seconds in. Sam Best has looked steady in net so far, making the saves he's had to, but he's been peppered. Sim pushed the puck forward off the draw. Carter comes back to be the first one on it. He sends Noah Hippolyte-Smith up the right wing. Pitcher Itzen tried to glove it down. Hippolyte-Smith finds it in the corner. His centering feed cut off by Sim. Sent to the point. Shot back towards the net. It was a delayed offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyway if that puck went on goal. Cooper keeps it moving. Bussell quickly up the boards. And now back in the Prowlers zone, it's Petrovitsin. Somebody yelled too many men on the ice as that puck slid up towards the Prowlers bench, but they were fine. They only had 5 on the ice. Scantleberry sends it down and around. Stiles skates into it, but he overskated it. Now he finds it again. And he Stiles, flips it to the line. Lockhart, wrister off a stick. Scantleberry has to go ducking away from it. Bussell. Tried to slip it down the boards and send Brockway deep. That didn't work. Bussell able to dump this one in. Seawolves in the midst of a change as Carter looks to escape his own zone. Gives it over to Turner. And it slid out for Caleb Williams. Played across to Horn. His shot off a stick. A good play by Lockhart to get in the shooting lane, but now he doesn't have a twig to work with. This one sent all the way through by Richardson off the sideboards. Lockhart just plays the body. Scantleberry took the puck on the turnover. And Scantleberry spinning away from Williams. Now finds an escape route. Here comes Scantleberry, gets to the middle, and the shot stopped by Best. He has it in the breadbasket, and he'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off.
Prowlers' first goal of the night, Teddy Bear toss. Cross goes Teddy Bear down to the ice when the Prowlers score their first goal.
Another offensive zone draw coming for the Prowlers. Up 7-0 on shots, and it's Matt Graham's line out there for it. And they'll yell at Sam Turner and Reggie Millette on the far side to back up out of the circle. Face off one back by Dalton Anderson. Horn couldn't connect with a teammate, but Anderson skates into it and wraps it all the way around. Horn sent it down the boards. Turner skates into it as it popped out to the middle of the ice, and a good glove save by Cooper, his first shot against of the night. That puck rimmed along the wall, popped out, and Turner found himself with a good opportunity in the middle of the ice. All he could manage, though, was a backhander, and Cooper gets the glove out to make the save. Tapped into the corner by Federley. Here comes Thelstrom. He couldn't get it back up to Austin Federley. And Johnson will try the far side. Graham got a touch on that one. Stoya swiped at it. Now Stoya all the way around the net. He turned it over. Here's Federley, and he just shot it wide. Here comes Carter. Now stickless Federley was chasing him. Thelstrom sends it up to Tristan Sim. And Stoya diving play. They keep it away from Sim. Not sure why there's a delayed offside, as Stoya was the one who smacked that puck across. But the Prowlers touch up, and Stoya behind his own net tries a home run pass that ended up behind Bonta. And that is icing against the Mississippi Seawolves. Right off the turnover, Austin Federley got a great chance from the slot. He tried to go blocker side on Best, and he just shot it wide. In case you missed it in the pregame show, we'll have a new Teddy Bear toss goal scorer for the first time in a few years here for the Prowlers, as Dalton Jay has scored the last 2. Here's Stoya sending it on through for Hansen. A little toe drag move, and then he slipped it wide under pressure from the Prowlers back check. Stoya, wrister, couldn't find the target. Stefan Deasy tried to glove it down. Hussey turns it on goal. That one off the backboards. Petrovitsin lost it in the corner. Centering feed, and Hussey just swung and missed as Hansen found him streaking down the middle of the ice. A quick up to Chartrand at the Mississippi blue line. Off the wall, finds Parsons. Back down and around. And pressure off the bench, it's Bussell. Spinning away from his man. Now Styles in the corner. Bussell set up in front of the net. Styles tried to find Chartrand on the back post. Too many Seawolves in the way. So Turner gets it to Hippolyte Smith. And Lockhart comes over to defend him. Lockhart tried to slip it through. Turner cut it off. Hippolyte Smith turns it back the other direction. And Lockhart comes right back up the near side. Now he decides to go back behind the net to Brockway. Brockway steps out over to Bussell, right wing. Has Scantleberry going to the net, floats it there! Best stretched out in the full split Z Rob Scantleberry. Puck worked back to Turner, and the Seawolves look for an offensive chance. But Richardson's pass was cut off. Williams able to send it into the Prowlers zone, but icing called against Mississippi. Well, Sam Best, the only reason the Teddy Bears have not been tossed on the ice yet. Prowlers still searching for the first goal of the game here at McMorran Place.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network, providing resources and funding to help start or grow your business. Small business support in participating Region 6 counties. Take advantage of the network's free training and events for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network aims to boost your chances of success. Learn more about the network's Small Business Cohort Program. With rentable workspaces, business coaching, training, and funding opportunities, it's time to become a client of the Eastern Michigan Small Business Network.
Back here on the PHP Network, Prowlers and Seawolves still tied up at no goals apiece. But not for lack of trying for the Prowlers. They've had some great jump to begin this game. And they're looking for some positive vibes, certainly with the way the offense has struggled over these past few weeks. And we'll see if they can get some positive vibes from the fans who are starting a Let's Go Prowlers chant as they get an offensive zone face-off. It's Graham and Anderson in on the face-off. And Graham wins it back. Johnson rips it off a stick. And that one will hit one of the banners hanging down to our left on the wall. Out of play. Johnson, of course, the OT hero last night, as he scored his 7th goal of the season. He leads the team with 21 points, but that was his first career overtime goal. Poke towards the top of the circle. Horn takes it. Horn tried to chip it around Felstrom. Couldn't head after it, though. Federley won the race. Graham chops it along. Anderson swiped at it. Here's Richardson. An in-tight try. Stopped by Cooper. Puck was loose there as Johnson tried to skate away with it. Cooper got on top to get a whistle and a face-off. A rare defensive zone draw for the Prowlers in this game. Tariq Cooper's left. Philip Wong in to take it for the Seawolves. 3rd season in the FPHL for Wong, all with Mississippi. He wears an A as an alternate captain right now. Oh, that one changed direction, and Cooper had to fight it off. That hit a leg on the way through, and Cooper is sprawling back to his right, able to punch at it. Here's Hansen with a turnaround try, save made by Cooper. Sim comes in to clear the rebound, and Chartrand tried to go out to Sim, got through him. This one poked off the glass and dumped around behind the Prowlers' net. Took a funny hop off the Zamponi door. Bonta Spinning on Petrodixon, tried to center. Parsons got his stick on it. Bonta played it around to Hansen. Parsons all over him. Hansen hands it off to Stoya from a sharp angle. Couldn't find the target. And that's as good as the Prowlers clearing the zone. They'll get a change. Goes all the way down behind the Mississippi cage, where Carter has to deal with Tucker Scantlebury. There's Stoya. Almost picked off by Scantlebury, but he got it to Hussey. Brendan Hussey weaving. He dumps it in deep. Cooper hands it off for Lockhart. Scantlebury looks to work out. Floats it to an area. Carter beats Styles to it. And Lockhart chases after it on the half wall. Across to Brockway. He sends Jamie Bussell out. Here's Styles. Tried to send it to the net. That one off a stick, and it flies into a sweep out of play. The Seawolves getting themselves some opportunities. They have 5 of the last 6 shots on net. Shots right now 8-5 in favor of Port Huron. Now the Prowlers will look to get reestablished in the offensive zone with this offensive zone draw. Off the face-off, Millette with a steal. Tried to slide it around to Federley. Instead it's Horn. Had his stick lifted by the back-checking Federley. Comes out to neutralize. Richardson put it right in on Cooper. Delstrom. Over to Johnson. That one off a stick. Gloved down by Graham. Tried to slip it towards Federley. And that one sent into the Seawolves bench out of play. 9 minutes gone here in period 1. Prowlers and Seawolves still scoreless. And the Port Huron fans hanging on to their teddy bears. I have one up here in the broadcast booth that I'll try and get all the way down to the ice. As Federley tried to hand off to Johnson. That wasn't a clean exchange, and here comes Horn on the rush. He pulls up, sent it to the net. Cooper made the save, and Graham goes off the glass, but not out. Turner leapt to keep it in with his glove, but he sent it off a stick and out of play, off the wall, down to our right. So we get another whistle and another face-off. You see Matt Stoya there chatting with Brian Parsons. Began last season with the Prowlers. He played parts of 3 years as a Port Huron Prowler. Now a member of the Mississippi Seawolves. And he just hit Sim with that shot. They try and spring DZ behind everybody, but couldn't connect on the pass from Chartrand. Chartrand down to DZ in front, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Bussell rose it over top of the cage. DC along the blue line made a pass over to Parsons. He was out of the zone, so the Prowlers have to regroup. Oh boy, Jamie Bussell with another good chance as he's still searching for his first goal as a Prowler. Parsons able to recollect that puck and continue moving as Wong blocked his pass attempt. Bonta takes over, and here comes Hansen. Dumped in. Styles makes a move around Bonta. And gives to Petrodixon, left wing side, enters the offensive zone. His shot stopped by Best, and he has it for a whistle and a face-off. Past the midway point of the Munger Physical Therapy first period, still scoreless in Port Huron.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
2 chicken bags, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable, for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Back here at McMorran in place, 9:37 to go in the opening period. Still scoreless between the Prowlers and the Mississippi Seawolves, but not for lack of trying. Port Huron has had some grade A opportunities, and Sam Best has had to be sharp. Reed Cooper's made some good saves on the other end as well. Noah Hippolyte-Smith tried to dump it out. He hit the linesman. Prowlers trying to take advantage and keep that puck in. As they dig away right in front of the Seawolves bench, it pops out for Scantleberry. He was surrounded though, and the puck escapes back to Prowler territory. Lockhart quickly up the boards. Loose puck, Stiles couldn't chip it past Turner. And now Scantleberry trying to settle it down, but it was bouncing. Now it's turnaround try, Bussell! And I'm not sure if that one got all the way to Best or not. That puck was bouncing on everybody. And eventually Bussell just threw it on net. Scantleberry got it down deep in the corner. Bussell kept it moving around the wall. Prowlers in the midst of a change. Turner goes off the boards. Now Lockhart up to Bussell. Turns the corner, has some skating room. Bussell had a little dangle around Turner, that didn't work. Bounced out, here comes Horn, one-on-one against Federley. Pulls up, gave to Laquelle. He turned it on net, and an easy save for Cooper. Prowlers have a defensive zone draw. As Sam Laquelle got that opportunity, one of the ringers that the Seawolves signed to try and fill out their roster this weekend. Played a couple of games last season for the Baton Rouge Zydeco after his ACHA season at Grand Valley State. And both of those games for the Zydeco happened to come against the Port Huron Prowlers. So he's now played his entire 4-game pro career against Port Huron, but for 2 different teams. There's Johnson with his head up. Slides it across to Thelstrom. That's poked back to the Prowlers' end. Johnson turning away from Horn, and he finds Thelstrom. Left wing side. Austin Federley to the net. Caroms all the way to Graham, who just keeps it deep. Carter to Soya, shot it right off of Carter. Almost bounced to the front. And now Federley takes over. Johnson walks the line. On his backhand, finds Thelstrom. Head up, back to Johnson. Across, Federley. Millette to the net. And that one goes off the back glass. Carter tosses this one all the way down ice. Cooper elects to play it with the oncoming Williams, as Caleb Williams would have negated that icing anyway. Thelstrom over to Parsons. Now Federley. Backhand feed, floats it in James's direction. Turner tried to bounce it out. And now it's Richardson. He goes indirect feed in Wong's direction. Icing waved off. So Cooper plays it up this side. Right into Wong though. Hansen tried a centering feed to Bonta. That didn't work. Puck pinballs to the line. Richardson gets it deep. Petroditson up to DC. He lost the handle. And Hansen tried it right from the goal line. Hit the outside of the post. Wong had it poked away by Parsons, but he's still able to get it to Hansen. Hansen one-hands it to the blue line. Here's Turner walking, and his shot hit somebody on the way through and ended up in the protective netting, out of play. Good shift there for the Mississippi Seawolves, cycling the puck in deep. And they get a shot away. Prowlers send out Jamie Bussell's line, tasked to escape the zone. Bussell wins it back. Brockway played it around the boards. It got through Carter. Scantleberry was waiting for it at the red line, but got through him as well. Comes through for Styles. Pulls up. He lost it to Hussey. Now those two tied up. Hussey just able to get it out of the zone. And here's Hippolyte-Smith. Leaves it for Carter down the boards. Now Hussey to the net. And a save made by Cooper. And Scantleberry just over-skated it. Hippolyte-Smith came in to throw a hit on him. Now Carter in deep. Slid it up the boards, but right to Scantleberry. Here's Bussell, has Styles joining him, 2-on-1. Bussell shoots, save the rebound. Styles didn't get enough of it. It popped up in the air, and Best gloves it down as he's sitting down in the crease. And that's just been the Prowlers' luck. At times during this offensive struggle, things like that, you set it up perfectly, perfect pass-off pad by Jamie Bussell, and unfortunately Kenny Styles wasn't able to get all he wanted on that shot. As Austin Federley will now come in to take the face-off against Dalton Anderson. Those two took a lot of draws against each other last night. Federley wins it forward. Graham couldn't catch up to it though and get a good stick on it. Turner gave it away to Graham. Gets the red line and he wraps it around. Johnson collects at left point. Gives over to Thelstrom. Rister deflected. Millette, a couple of saves by Best. Centered by Federley, and Best gets his glove on top. Reggie Millette stoned not once but twice by Sam Best on the doorstep. The Teddy Bears stay in the stands, and we take a break here on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Take care of all your financial needs at Flagship Credit Union, official partner of the Port Huron Prowlers. Serving St. Clair County since 1959 and now serving Sanilac and Huron counties. Flagship Credit Union is big enough to meet all your financial needs and small enough to know how to best serve you. They can help you open a checking account or find a low-interest loan that works for you. Find them at 3910 Lapeer Road, Port Huron, Michigan, or give them a call at 810-982-8575.
Well, Sam Best must have something against teddy bear tosses. Or maybe just against his team giving up goals. That one's more likely. He has made some huge saves for the Mississippi Seawolves, and he is keeping the Prowlers off the board tonight. Teddy Bears stay in the seats, under 5 to go in period number 1. Graham won the face-off back, but they blow it dead immediately. Looks like we'll try again with a new center. Tonight's referees are Jonathan Sitarski and Adam Fish. The linesmen, Jacob Kohlmeyer and Colin Pons. Federley will take it this time against Wong. This time Federley able to win it back. Here's Johnson Arister, saved by Best. He dropped it. They blew it dead, and it was loose. But the referee in the corner didn't have a good sight line on it. It looked like one that Best had, and he did for a moment, but he did drop it. Fans here at McMorran Place not happy with the call, but that happens. We'll try it again. This time it's launched straight out, and Matt Stoya to the penalty box. Wong won it back. Stoya just launched it, and he cleared the glass. After sitting in the box a few times last night, Matt Stoya has given the Prowlers their first power play of the game. Man advantage now is 1 for 6. As Alex Johnson's overtime goal, not a power play goal, although it came just seconds after a power play expired. As they're waiting to put it up on the board, looks like they won't, so I'll try and keep some good time here. 4:49 left to go in period 1, so penalty scheduled to end with 2:49 left to go in the period for those keeping track at home. Here's Bussell in the corner. He walks up high, gives down to Graham. In front, Johnson couldn't get that one to go. Turner didn't get much on that clear. He did get past Federley, though. Had to come back the other way to try and dive for it. Bussell makes a move, and he dumps it around. It's all the way through for Johnson. He fanned on his pass attempt. So back to neutral ice comes the puck. Bussell turning, gives to Federley, thought about the one-timer. And now Johnson to Sim in the corner, floats it out, Bussell a shot, save, the rebound's there! And it wouldn't go, Federley a drive, and it just goes wide. As we're past the midway point of this Prowlers power play, they're doing everything but put the puck in the back of the net. Federley across looking for Johnson. A couple of Seawolves got their sticks in the way. Federley takes the shot, it just goes wide. Best may have gotten a piece of it. Federley on it again. Down low, Sim, backhander save, the rebound also stopped. Comes out for Federley, trying to make a pass towards Graham. He's heading to the bench, but he's able to turn around and keep the puck alive. Federley this time down the boards. Johnson to Chartrand. Back for Federley, and over to Alex Johnson. Final seconds ticking off the penalty against Stoya. Bussell gloves it down. Chartrand a shot. That one changed direction on the way through, as we're back to 5-on-5. Prowlers had all kinds of pressure, some great chances, and did everything but score. Here comes Stoya. Fresh out of the box on the backhand, and Cooper able to hang on and get a whistle. 3 shots on the man advantage credited to the Prowlers. 18 for the period. Sam Best has stopped them all. The 18 shots, the most the Prowlers have had in a first period this season, and tied for the second most in any period this year. So we'll try this face-off again between Stiles and Anderson. Actually, it'll be Reggie Millette stepping in to draw against Dalton Anderson. One to the boards. Stiles swoops in to grab it for Port Huron. Stops up. Stiles off the boards. Here comes Scantlebury. Has Millette. Scantlebury across, and he couldn't connect with Millette. Pass may have been a little bit behind him. Millette to the net. That one held on to by Best, although Reggie Millette did escape the zone, so it would have been offsides anyway. Faceoff will come outside. With just over 2 minutes left in the opening period. Prowlers send out Tristan Sims' line. He'll draw against Philip Wong. This one sent deep. Turner. Trying to slide it up the boards. Hansen goes back in his own end. And now Richardson looking towards Bonta. They couldn't connect on the pass, but Hansen beats everyone to it to win the race to negate the icing. Wong swung and missed at a bouncing puck. And now DC finds it. And Stefan DC And it poked off his stick by Turner as he was surrounded by Seawolves. Bonta tried to loft it out. He hit Tristan Sim with it. DC dumps it right back in. Delayed offside against the Prowlers. Turner. Back pass finds Bonta. Graham right on him. Bonta, all he could do was just send it towards Turner, who grabs it and puts it out of the zone. Here's Chartrand right back in on his backhand to the net. Save the rebound. Nice score! Reggie Millette sends the fluff to the ice. And the Prowlers finally get the teddy bear toss goal. And I made it to the ice. The Teddy Bears are hitting the ice here at McMorran Place. Reggie Millette, with his 5th goal of the year, cleans up the rebound. And the Port Huron Prowlers, on their 20th shot of the first period, finally break through. They'll send the cleanup crew out there to pick up all the teddy bears. They'll be donated to McLaren Hospital. So thank you to everybody who brought teddy bears. They're still hitting the ice down to my left. Well, somebody just tossed it over that protective netting, over the glass behind the net, which is an impressive feat in and of itself. And we still have some small ones hitting the ice here and there. There's a big crew out there to clean things up. Well, Prowlers have been a part of 2 teddy bear tosses as the road team in Binghamton and in Motor City. And tonight they finally get their due with their own teddy bear toss. Again, a great Christmas time tradition every single year. And of course, it's picture time down in the Seawolves zone before they pick up the nice pile down over there. 64 seconds left to go in an opening period that has been dominated by the Port Huron Prowlers. Actually calling it the Prowlers' 21st shot of the game that finally finds the back of the net. And it does belong to Reggie Millette. Daniel Chartrand and Matt Graham get the assists on the goal by Millette. And for Graham, his team-high 17th assist of the season. And it snaps a 6-game assist drought for Graham. They announce it here at McMorran Place. They officially announce it here. Looks like the Teddy Bears are just about cleaned up. And we are going to be able to finish up this opening 20 minutes. The Prowlers in the lead. The Prowlers score the first goal of the game, unlike last night, and we'll see if that leads to a team that can continue to play the way they've been playing. They don't have to change anything up. And it's been a dominant period for Port Huron. It's just been Sam Best and a little bit of bad luck that's kept the Prowlers out of the net until now. So we hit the final minute of play of the opening period. Sent towards the net by Laquel, steered to the corner by Cooper. Johnson lost it to Laquel. Now it's a two-a-side scrum. Pulled out of there by Hussey. And he turns it over to the far side. Carter had it poked away by Millette. Filstrom just gets it out of the zone, takes a look at the clock as Stoyer retreats back to his own end. Carter over to Laquel. Working on Johnson. Leaves it for Hippolyte Smith. Poked off his stick nicely by Graham. Laquel behind the net. Tied up there by Felstrom. Pops out to Graham. Trying to move it along. Didn't get much on that pass. Held up along the boards. Final seconds ticking off of this period. And that's going to do it for the opening 20 here tonight. The Teddy Bears have hit the ice at McMorran Place. Prowlers get the only goal courtesy of Reggie Millette. And it is 1-0 for Port Huron. Shots on goal in that opening period. They now dropped it back down to the Prowlers' 20th shot of the frame. That was the goal, 20-10 in favor of the Prowlers in that opening period. And they do have the only goal so far in this one. Well, coming up in the Moses Roses smoke break, the first intermission report tonight. We'll take a look at everything that went on in that opening period. Plenty of positives for the Port Huron Prowlers tonight as they dominated a large portion of that frame. Got great opportunities, great shots on net, and surely it feels good to have one of them hit the back of the net. And they do so first here tonight. We'll also take a look at a few storylines that from around the league today. More like some news and notes. There's not too much in the way of big storylines going on tonight. And we'll also take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, although no other game has gotten underway yet at this point. This is the first game of the night in the FPHL, so if you're a fan of any other team in the league, we welcome you to the PHP Network, and we're glad you could be here to see the Teddy Bears hit the ice tonight. But we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the intermission report right here on the PHP Network. Well, the Prowlers are celebrating 10 seasons in Port Huron, and now's your chance to get limited edition 10th anniversary gear at the Prowlers team store, or maybe some holiday gear as well, like that great Christmas ornament you see there on your screen. Come find us on the west end of McMorran Arena at every home game or online anytime at prowlersmerch.com. You can scan the QR code on your screen now to visit the online shop. Look your boho best with gear from the Prowlers team store. First intermission underway here at McMorran Place, and the Teddy Bears have been cleaned up. We'll take a break here on the PHP Network. You're watching the PHP Network, your home for Port Huron Prowlers hockey.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Experience the best of the Thumb Coast at the DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron. Nestled on the shores of the St. Clair River, our waterfront hotel offers breathtaking views that will leave you in awe. Come dine at our on-site restaurant Freighters or relax by our indoor pool. The DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron recently celebrated 10 years of service. To celebrate, we are offering 10% off your stay. Call and mention code Prowlers for a discount.
Back here at McMorran Place, first intermission rolling on, and it's the Prowlers with a 1-0 lead on the strength of Reggie Millet's teddy bear toss goal. That came with 64 seconds to go in that opening frame. Well, the Prowlers certainly bid for plenty of goals before that point. They had 20 shots in that opening period, plenty of grade A opportunities. Their power play did just about everything but score. And Sam Best came up with some huge saves. They had a little bit of bad luck at times with some misfires on shots and things of that nature, but they are finally rewarded for their efforts. Came out with a much better jump tonight. They look like a completely different team tonight versus last night's game. And again, just the one goal to show for it so far, but if they continue to play like that, certainly Sam Best and the Seawolves are going to wear down, and they'll be able to put a few more by him. But they've had some excellent chances in that opening 20 minutes. And Reed Cooper has done his job at the other end. Couple of good chances for the Seawolves. And Cooper has been steady, even though there were a couple of shots that changed direction on their way through. Cooper able to fight those ones off as well. But Reggie Millet from Daniel Chartrand and Matt Graham, your only goal so far. The only penalty to tell you about so far, Matt Stoya for delay of game. And as I mentioned, the Prowlers did everything but score on that man advantage. And unfortunately for them, unable to break the ice there before, but Reggie Millet finally able to do it just before we hit the final minute of that opening period, and we were able to get those teddy bears down to the ice. I'm proud of myself. I got my teddy bear to the ice, although it landed maybe a foot or two in front of the Prowler bench, but it still got all the way to the ice. And plenty of other teddy bears made it to the ice, either on one throw or two or maybe even three. But they made their way from the McMorran Place stands down to the ice and now packed up and ready for donation. Now, if the Prowlers can pick up a sweep here tonight, it will be their first sweep since the Blue Ridge Bobcats visited McMorran Place back in November. And after that was really when the Prowlers kind of lost their way offensively. They blew some games in Louisiana and lost their scoring touch just a little bit. And they haven't been able to find it over this last month or so. And they're hoping that this early goal in the first period and all of these great opportunities will finally start going in. And maybe this will spark some more offense. But certainly is a lot more fun to talk about this team in a positive light. And that's certainly what you can get, I'm sure, in the locker room. It's a positive vibe, not just because of that late goal, but because of the way they played consistently throughout that period. All three lines had shifts deep in the offensive zone, and all three lines got their opportunities. And it was the line of Matt Graham, Austin Federley, and Reggie Millette that finally put the puck in the back of the net, with Millette picking up his 5th goal of the season in game number 10. As a Port Huron Prowler, Millette had a couple of assists last night, and now he finds the back of the net once again. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at the stats from that game. Out of town scoreboard coming your way as well, so keep it here on the PHP Network.
Experience the best of the Thumb Coast at the DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron. Nestled on the shores of the St. Clair River, our waterfront hotel offers breathtaking views that will leave you in awe. Come dine at our on-site restaurant Freighters or relax by our indoor pool. The DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron recently celebrated 10 years of service. To celebrate, we are offering 10% off your stay. Call and mention code Prowlers for a discount.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Welcome back here to McMorran Place as we wrap up the first intermission report, the Moses Roses smoke break here on the PHP Network, with the Prowlers leading the Seawolves 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. But before we continue talking about our game here, let's look around the league, starting with our league storylines. And again, just a few minor things to talk about today, as the Wolves signed Matthew Hall, who's been playing senior hockey, try and fill out their roster after they made a number of roster moves earlier this week. Andrew Stacey suspended 1 game, and according to the explanation from FPHL's player safety Dave Jackson, he made threatening comments to officials. We did see from up here, the referee came over to kick him out or something along those lines, and he did grab at the referee like he thought it was a Prowler coming over to challenge him. So that's what I thought he might have gotten something for. But I guess along with that is the threatening comments, so he gets a 1-game suspension. Meanwhile, down in Baton Rouge, things got a little bit wild, and Everett Thompson was kicked out of that game for unsportsmanlike conduct, and he incurred a fine earlier today. Well, only this game has played more than a couple of minutes so far tonight. As we take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, the HC Venom will not be playing the Dashers Hockey Club of Danville, Illinois tonight. So the battle of locationless teams, although Dashers technically do have a location, it's just not in their name, that will not commence tonight, as that was originally scheduled to be an HC Venom home game. That one is postponed. The only other game that's dropped the puck is only 3.5 minutes old. It's in Binghamton, as the Rockers and the Black Bears have not found an early goal. Ricky Gonzalez is the goaltender for Motor City, Connor McAnanima, in between the pipes for Binghamton tonight. Still to come, dropping the puck in about half an hour. The Watertown Wolves, the Land Wolves, are hosting the Danbury Hat Tricks on a 7:30 puck drop. And then dropping the puck in just a few minutes, the Rock Lobsters and the River Dragons switch buildings. They head to Athens tonight. Again, that one just moments away from puck drop. Also dropping the puck in just about a half an hour, Carolina and Blue Ridge switching buildings as well as they shift to Wytheville, Virginia. That one will be a 7:30 puck drop tonight. And then at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8:05 Eastern time, the Baton Rouge Zydeco and the Monroe Moccasins for the second straight night at the Raising Cane's River Center. Although that one certainly could have been a home and home with how close those two teams are in proximity. And you have a lot more teams now in this league that can do home and homes. Of course, you know about the ones up in the Northeast, Danbury, Watertown, Binghamton. They've been doing home and homes for years. Prowlers have had home and homes with the Rockers for a few years now. And now you have Athens and Columbus, Blue Ridge and Carolina, who just started doing home and homes last season, with the Bobcats joining the league last year. And now you have Monroe and Baton Rouge. Of course, it's not unknown to see the Mississippi Seawolves have home and homes with the Zydeco as well. Speaking of the Seawolves, let's take a look back at our game here tonight and what it has looked like so far. Prowlers with the only goal, out shooting the Seawolves 20-10 in that opening 20 minutes. It is just the second time this season the Prowlers have reached 20 shots in any period. They had 23 shots here in this building back on November the 1st against the Motor City Rockers. That was the second period that night. But again, just the second time this season the Prowlers have had 20 shots in a frame. And already they've reached their season low in shots on goal for an entire game. They had 20 shots in a game back in October. But they are in some good shape, and they'll look to continue their strong play out of the locker room and into period number 2 as the referees are hitting the ice shortly to be joined by both teams. So we take a look at our PHP Network trivia question. And you saw some teddy bears hit the ice, not quite the all-time record, but we want to know who holds that all-time record in all of minor, pro, and junior hockey for the most stuffed animals collected on a teddy bear toss night. So put your guess in the comments section, and we will give you the correct answer, including the astounding number. Again, we were not getting anywhere close to that here in this building or anywhere in this league, I'll tell you that for sure. But we'll give you the correct answer coming up at the start of period number 3 as you see the Mississippi Seawolves heading out there onto the ice, led by Sam Best, who had a valiant effort in that first period. 19 saves on 20 Prowlers shots. Here comes Reed Cooper leading the Port Huron Prowlers out onto the ice. He stopped all 10 shots he faced in that opening 20 minutes. As Port Huron scores the first goal of the game, just the 6th time this season the Prowlers have scored first. They are 4-1 in those games so far this year. We are just moments away from puck drop for period number 2, the Hungry Howie's second period. You see Reggie Millette there on your screen heading over to the Prowler bench. He was the one that scored The teddy bear toss goal, just in case you're just joining us, and missed the fluff, hit the ice. As Port Huron will start with the Bucell line, just as they did the opening period, against Brendan Hussey's line. Hussey, who saw a 4-game point streak snapped last night in his first season as a Mississippi Seawolf. Bucell wins the faceoff, and we are underway in period 2. Here's Skettleberry, just gets in, but Bucell couldn't stretch the leg far enough. So offside are the Prowlers, 11 seconds into the middle frame. Hussey, a member, we'll talk a little bit more about him, member of the Zydeco last year, was rostered with a couple of other teams, but didn't play games with anybody else. Ended up being traded here from the Blue Ridge Bobcats, who held his rights last back in August. There's Skettleberry. Oh, that just slipped past his stick. Oh, Carter, he'll work it up to Laquel. He goes off the boards, batted out of the air by Bucell, but with a high stick. So when Stiles was the next one to touch it, they blow it dead. And the Prowlers will make a change ahead of this face-off just outside of the Mississippi zone. Matt Graham to take the face-off against Hussey this time. Hussey won it back. Federley jumped up to it. But Seawolves take back control. Here's Carter. One of 2 players on this Mississippi team that came over as part of that 6-player deal with the Baton Rouge Zydeco back in the summer. Carter and Hansen here with the Seawolves. Dmitry Kuznetsov, part of the return, went back to Baton Rouge. Again, 6 players involved in that deal, 3 going each way. Here comes Alex Johnson. Gives off to Millette. Now Thelstrom from the point, hit his own man, Millette, and here comes Laquel with a break. Thelstrom hustling back to defend, and Laquel couldn't get a shot on goal as Ludwig Thelstrom got back in position. And Thelstrom dumped Laquel from behind. Anderson took a shot that missed the net. Johnson touches up, but Thelstrom is heading to the penalty box for boarding, and the Seawolves will get their first man advantage of the night. Thelstrom came in, just gave a shove, but enough on Laquel to draw the boarding call. No question about that one. And the Prowlers penalty kill, which was 5 for 5 last night and jumped up to 2nd in the league at 83.9%. They go to work. Only Carolina has a better penalty kill than the Port Huron Prowlers this season. Nobody has a worse power play this season than the Mississippi Seawolves. They're under 10% after going 0 for 5 last night. Looks like our penalty clocks are working now as Anderson gets it to the point to Turner. Minute and a half left on the Seawolves man advantage. Stoya's shot stopped by Cooper. Stretching out that left pad. Stoya back to the net, saved by Cooper. Bats around, and it's kicked to the wall by Lockhart. Here's Turner. Try to feed a pass across where Hansen was waiting. Off a Prowler stick up in the air and sent down ice by Luke James. Turner picks up the loose biscuit along the wall. He wraps it around to Stoya. Watched by Federley fresh off the bench. Hansen played it right into his own man, Anderson. Slides it across to Turner, and he's forced back. Time ticking away on this Seawolves man advantage. Turner gives to Hussey. He fires his way up the left wing side. Hussey spins. And to Carter at the point. Carter's fresh off the bench. Carter back on it. Watched by Sim. Feeds it across, gets it back. Long right in front. Carter sent it there, missed the net. Karam's back to Hussey. Now Hussey again, got it back from Horn. Horn the one-timer, saved by Cooper. Rebound pushed below the goal line by Brockway. Final 10 seconds ticking off this Seawolves man advantage. It's Carter to Hussey. Takes the shot, saved by Cooper. Johnson clears it, and Federley skates into it. Federley floats it right on net as the penalty expires, and the Prowlers PK 1-for-1 tonight. Seawolves did get 4 shots, though, on the man advantage. Bonta, right down Main Street, tosses it in as he was surrounded by gold sweaters. Stiles to Bussell. Couldn't get that pass across. Hippolyte-Smith turns it the other direction. He gave it away to Stiles as he tried to make a move around Petroditsin, who has the puck now. Scantlebury backhands it out. Bussell couldn't touch it by. He would have had a 2-on-0 with Stiles if he could. Instead, Prowlers have to retreat back to their own end. Stiles played it off a Seawolf, and then it comes right back to him. Across to Scantlebury. But that pass offsides at the Seawolves line. 15:42 left to go in period 2. And Scantlebury back to the bench shaking his head. Not sure if it's because he thought he timed it wrong or he thought it wasn't offsides. Either way, though, face off right in front of the Prowlers bench. Graham wins it back. Brockway enters the offensive zone, sent it on net, save made. Brockway again from a sharp angle, and Best makes another stop on the rebounds. Brockway had an interesting night last night. His return to the lineup off IR. Tried to drop the gloves with Bradley Richardson, and apparently that fight was not fully agreed to. Well, Brockway insisted that Richardson did agree to it and just didn't drop his gloves. Brockway ended up with a penalty. Here is Brockway at the point. Tried to wrist it through, blocked. Millette picks it up. He finds Graham, down and around to Federley. Back to Graham, Federley once again. Lockhart at the point, D-to-D, Brockway puts it through, and he hit his own man Graham right in front. Lockhart down the wall. Richardson trying to keep it away from Graham, he does. And Bonta escapes the zone. Pass was too far in front of Wong. Lockhart chopped at it, and here comes Lockhart starting a rush. 3-on-2 if they hurry, but Graham couldn't bring in the pass on his backhand, and Hansen starts a counter. Hansen makes a move to the middle, comes back to Bonta, and his shot rides off a stick and out of play as Johnny Bonta got himself a good look, but couldn't get a shot on net. Still 1-0 Prowlers, early stages of period 2. We'll take a break.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
2 chicken patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Live where you work. Work where you play. Is your work commute making you miserable? Quit the commute. Explore hot jobs in St. Clair County paying $40,000 to $100,000 or more. Visit stclairhotjobs.com. Spend more time doing what you love. If you're not currently living in St. Clair County, or you know friends or family that moved away but are ready to come back, then visit stclairhotjobs.com to find a new job and make the move.
Back here at McMorran Place, 14:36 left to go in the Hungry Howie's second period. Still 1-0 for Port Huron. Shots are 4 apiece early on in this frame. Seawolves had the first 4, Prowlers the last 4. And the last 3 from Ben Brockway. Trying to get himself involved offensively. Still searching for his first pro goal. Felstrom off this face off, works it to DC. Pass couldn't find Sharktran, so we'll have another face off right back in the Prowlers zone. This time they'll draw it, looks like, to Cooper's right. Hussey will draw with Sim this time. And they blow it dead. As the other linesman didn't like how somebody was lined up, maybe a false start, something along those lines. They'll try it again. Hussey wins it back clean. Stoya had some pressure at the line. He got it deep. And Johnson tried to slide it up to Sim. Wasn't a clean connection, but he got it out to Chartrand. He dumps it in. DC hustling after it. Carter beat him to it, and DC took the puck. Off the boards to Thelstrom. Slips down the wall. Thelstrom out high to Chartrand. To the net. That was deflected. And it just went over top of the cage. Tristan Sim got his stick on it. Chartrand tried to chop it towards Sim in front. Couldn't get it there. And it's rimmed all the way down. Puck on edge, so it will roll far enough for an icing against Mississippi. And the Prowlers will get an offensive zone draw with a tired group of Seawolves. They send out the Bucell line. The face-off coming to Best's left. Hussey taking his time to get to the dot, trying to give his team as much time as possible to rest up. Hussey won the face-off back. Stoya tried to slide it back to Carter. Stoya batting that one out of the air. And it lands for Carter in the corner. Kicked along by Laquelle, but turned right back in by Bucell. As Styles going to net, Bucell slipped through a couple of defenders and just slid it wide. This one sent out all the way down, and it will have the legs for icing. The Seawolves still will not be able to change. I wasn't sure if that one was going to make it all the way to the end line. It did. So these Seawolves stuck out there for just a little bit longer. It's Hussey, Laquelle, Carter, Hippolyte-Smith, and Stoya. The group's still stuck out there for Mississippi. Bucell wins it back. Scantlebury hustles to it. Hippolyte-Smith and Scantlebury cancel out. Stoya has Styles up against the boards, and now Scantlebury wins the puck behind the net. Scantlebury falls down. Styles taken in, and it's pulled out by Hussey. He gets the red line and tosses it deep. And now Mississippi can finally get that much needed change. Parsons lost it. But then Horn ran into his own man, Hussey, and Brian Parsons was able to take the puck back. But he gave it away to Williams behind the net. Parsons takes Williams into the corner, and Millette slides it to Scantlebury. His pass couldn't find a teammate. And it's Horn who took a hit from Parsons as he tried to make a move. Brian Parsons making sure that Horn's okay. Everybody seems to be all right. And now Parsons has taken a penalty as he tripped up Caleb Williams. Well, certainly not Brian Parsons' best shift of his career. And he'll have to end it in the penalty box as the Seawolves go to their second man advantage. 0 for 1 so far tonight. A strong Prowlers PK against the bottom power play in the league. Faceoff comes to the boards. Stoya's pass off of James's stick and out of the zone. Hansen. That's the red line. That's the Prowler blue. And he drops it back for Stoya, who wraps it around towards Richardson. Took a hit from Brockway. Lockhart trying to push it through. James couldn't get the clear. Lockhart without a stick just gets it out with his glove. Back in come the Seawolves, and Anderson's shot off the dasher. as he missed the net. Stoya walks, gives it down deep. Centering feed, blocked by a sliding Lockhart. That was Hansen who has the puck again. Lockhart still without a stick. Stoya fed it across, and Turner couldn't bring it in clean. 1:05 left in this Seawolves power play. Hansen with a shot, stopped by Cooper. But the rebound collected by Mississippi. Stoya walks up top, sent it on, and he caught the back glass. Shertrand chops at it, but he hits Stoya on the clear attempt. Stoya back in, and that one held onto by Reed Cooper. We get a whistle and a face-off. And Luke James wants after Matt Stoya, and James tackled by the linesman. And now a disruption in front of the Seawolves bench as other players are getting involved. All the gold jerseys back to the home bench. Lockhart still having some words with Dalton Anderson. Lockhart's loose stick is still over by the penalty box door. Daniel Shertrand points it out to the referee, and he'll go pick it up. 46 seconds remain on the tripping penalty to Brian Parsons. 2 shots so far for Mississippi on the man advantage. Not sure what we're waiting for here. Now we're set to draw between Wong and Federley. And Federley's been asked to leave. Luckily, the Prowlers have another center out there. It's Tristan Sim. Forced to the boards, collected by the Seawolves. And Carter goes across to Hussey, who gives it to Hippolyte Smith. Now Carter to the net, gloved down by Cooper. The Seawolves have been able to set up on this power play, work the puck around a little bit. They have some attempts to the net. Reed Cooper has done his job. Hippolyte Smith works it out high, comes to Carter. Pass was a little too hot to handle. He has to slide it down to Horn, and now around to Wong. Delstrom has a stick on him in the corner. Hippolyte Smith takes a chop from Delstrom. Hussey took the puck, Sim right on him. Hussey gave it away to Johnson, and he clears it down ice. That will take care of the rest of this Seawolves power play. Prowlers penalty kill, now 2 for 2. Turner picks up the loose puck along the boards, gave it to Millette. He slips it across in Graham's direction. Now Carter behind the net. Spun away from Shertrand, got it to Turner, and then the headman feed was for Hussey, but out of his reach. So an icing called against the Seawolves. We'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Prowlers when we come back. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What dough made daily looks like. What fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Howie's!
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Back here at McMorran Place, past the halfway point of this hockey game. It's a 1-0 lead for the Port Huron Prowlers. Out shooting the Seawolves now it's 24-17 for the game, but the Seawolves up on shots in this period 7-4 after 3 on their recent man advantage. Mississippi has had 2 power plays in this period. Prowlers have killed them both. And now Port Huron has an offensive zone face-off out of the TV timeout. Graham and Hussey set to draw. Millette tied up with Carter, so Federley scoops in for it. Comes all the way across. Johnson back to the net. Saved by Best. And he stops Graham on the rebound as well. As Best kicked out that left leg on Alex Johnson. And then Graham tried to shovel it back on net. Best able to make that save as well. So Sam Best having himself a pretty good weekend so far. He came in with a goals against average over 4 and a save percentage under .870. As Thilstrom sends that one wide. He allowed 2 goals on 39 shots last night. And just 1 goal so far on 26 Prowler shots tonight. Graham couldn't get that pass through. Wong tried to turn it back towards the net. Now Hansen couldn't reverse it out in front. Johnson almost gave it right away to Wong. Comes back to Johnson. Head up. And he skates with it. He finds Graham. The return to Johnson. But he was surrounded. Turner off the boards. This one gets out of the zone. Got through Thilstrom, but Hansen couldn't handle it cleanly. And now the Prowlers look for a break. Here's Federley all alone. Backhand save by Best with the blocker. As the Prowlers caught the Seawolves in a change, Austin Federley slams his stick in frustration on the Prowler bench. Thilstrom able to slip away from some checks. Got it up towards Scantlebury. He's able to work it through. Scantlebury turns. Trying to feed it back to the point, but he gave it away to Horn. And Horn makes a move into the Prowlers' end. Sent back out. Here's Stiles. Has teammates hustling to join him. Stiles makes a move, and he couldn't get the shot away on the other side as he got Best down and out with a quick move to the forehand. Here, Carter couldn't get it on net as Brockway got his stick in the way. Comes back out high. Scantlebury tipped it away from Laquelle. And Laquelle handcuffed a little bit by that pass from Stoya. Stoya up to Carter. He deflects it right into his own bench as Wong reached out his glove to knock it down. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off. Austin Federley with a golden opportunity, and Sam Best came up with the save. It's certainly not like a shootout, a breakaway, and Austin Federley likes to go a little bit slower on shootouts. And that time he tried the backhand, and Best up to the challenge. Nikita Petroditsin finds it in his skates, and he dumps it in. Hussey tries to go right back up the wall. Chartrand looking for Petroditsin. That handcuffed him. And now it's Parsons taking it from Cooper. DC tried to pass across. That hit a skate and a stick. Not sure what that whistle was for. Looks like they're signaling a hand pass. Or maybe it didn't hit a stick and a skate. Maybe it hit a glove and a skate. Face off at center. Hussey wins it forward and hustles after it. Petroditsin beats him there. He's able to get it to Parsons. Looking in DC's direction. Turner back towards the net. That's gloved down by Cooper. Hussey and Petroditsin in a battle there. As Hussey was trying to get back to the net just in case there was a potential rebound. 7:12 left to go in period 2. Off the face-off, Parsons gives it off for Petroditsin. Slid up in Sharktran's direction, but bounced back by the Seawolves. Loose puck, kept in by Turner. Scrum ensuing in the corner. Sim trying to force it up the near side boards. He and Hippolyte Smith still tossing it about, with Laquelle and Parsons stapling each other to the glass, and finally the Prowlers pull it out. Here's Sharktran. Gets the red line, he sends it in. DC and Turner after it. Turner able to kick it back to his stick. Parsons just did keep that one in at the line. It bounced in on Best. He made the save, and then DC couldn't get all the way around the net for a wrap chance. Parsons walks to the middle. His shot stopped. The rebound put in by Stefan DC. Prowlers get their second of the night. DC gets his second of the season, cleaning up the loose change. Good shot by Brian Parsons just to get it through. Best made the first save, he left the rebound. And DC right there on the spot to clean up the trash. The Prowlers get that big second goal, get themselves a little bit of insurance. Late stages of this second period. Now they're looking for more, sent ahead towards Millette, but it was knocked out of the air. Carter slid it up in Wong's direction. He has to come back for it, and Wong tripped up by Matt Graham. So it'll be a penalty coming up against the Prowlers right after the goal. Carter slides it across to Wong, Best heading off to the bench for an extra attacker in the delayed penalty situation. Stoya hanging out behind his own net, 6-on-5 advantage right now for the Seawolves. But Brian Parsons and Nikita Petroditsin pick up the assist on the goal by Stefan Dietze, and for Petroditsin, that's his first point in the FPHL. Matt Graham heads right to the penalty box, no argument from him. It's the third man advantage of the game for Mississippi. For Brian Parsons, his second helper of the season. And Petroditsin, his first point in the FPHL. He played last season in juniors in the GMHL, but does have some pro experience over in Europe. Here's Stoya, the shot, the rebound. They score. And it's put home by Curtis Hansen. And just seconds after the Prowlers take the 2-goal lead, it's back to a 1-goal advantage. As Hansen has a power play goal, a rare man advantage goal for the Mississippi Seawolves. That took just 9 seconds for the Seawolves, as the rebound came right out to Hansen, who put home his 3rd goal of the season. And just like that, we're right back to where we started. As Lockhart sends it down behind the net. Richardson turning away from Scantleberry. Bussell tried to slip it out in front. Turner knocked it away. Bonta tried to dance in, couldn't get around Brockway. And here comes Lockhart. Up for Bussell, as Lockhart and Stiles both going to the net. Gives to Scantleberry, his shot, he scores! And the Prowlers answer right back again. Goals coming fast and furious. Tucker Scantleberry has his second of the weekend, and it's once again a 2-goal Prowler lead. Well, it was 59 seconds between the DC and Hansen goals. I'm not very good at clock math, so I'll wait until it comes down on the sheet here to try and figure out how much time between the Hansen and Scantleberry goals. The Prowlers have their third of the night. This one sent down ice, and an icing called against the Seawolves. We'll take a break. How about 3 quick ones? 2 for the Prowlers, 1 for the Seawolves. It's a 2-goal advantage for the home side.
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb Coast. Discover charming coastal towns, serene beaches, and endless outdoor adventures. Stay at cozy hotels, paddle through pristine blue waters, and hit the fairways along breathtaking views. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
You're watching the PHP Network, your home for Port Huron Prowlers hockey. 3 goals in 1 minute and 40 seconds between these two teams. It's a 2-goal Prowler advantage, and Port Huron has now scored 3 goals in a game for the first time in 5 games since that victory in Binghamton earlier this month. Well, Port Huron has found the offense here tonight as James has to dance his way in. And since the Prowlers scored in the last 5 minutes, James tried to slide to DC, but he lost an edge. Since the Prowlers scored in the last 5 minutes of this second period, everybody wins Bella Bites, and for the second straight at Bella Bola, so everybody in attendance gets Bella Bites at Bella Bola with their ticket stub. Second straight night that Scantlebury has scored the Bella Bites goal, and the Prowlers 2 for 2 on Bella Bites goals since the promotion started yesterday. Here comes Federley with a shot that's stopped by Best. Bella Bola, one of the new partners of the Port Huron Prowlers. You see their commercial, I'm sure, throughout the broadcast. Just saw it on that last TV timeout. That was a fun one to film. As Richardson gets it out to Turner. Gonna get an outlet feed, and Johnson keeps it in. It's knocked down by Millette. He's tied up by Turner in the corner. Graham comes back to try and keep Williams from escaping the zone. Here's Federley to Johnson. He scores! How about 3 in the period for the Prowlers as Alex Johnson fires one home. The floodgates are open at McMorran Place. Johnson has his 2nd of the weekend and 8th of the year. Nice pass from Federley over to Johnson. He goes low glove with that shot. All kinds of time for Johnson to pick his spot. And another goal for him this weekend. Icing waved off here as the Prowlers dumped it in. Turner trying to stick handle around a few Prowlers. He does, and he gave it away. Comes through. Here's Scantlebury. Stopped by Best. Stiles gets it back deep. Scantlebury as the Prowlers are rolling now. Lockhart walks the line, sent it through off a stick. Goes up the back glass. Scantlebury beats Richardson to the puck. He cycles it down low. Wong the only one there. This one got through everybody, but icing waved off. So Cooper hands it off for Brockway. Stefan Dietze up the right wing side. Works his way in to the net, got all the way through, and ends up carrying back to center. A minute and 27 seconds between the Johnson and Scantlebury goals. Or I should say the Scantlebury and Johnson goals. As this one icing against the Prowlers. Austin Federley and Matt Graham picking up the assist on the Johnson goal. So Graham up to 2 assists tonight. He's the only Prowler with a multi-point night, as they are spreading around the offense. Plenty of guys getting points in this game. All 3 lines have contributed offensively. Set on net, they score. And it's Sam Laquelle as Hussey sent that one right in front. And the Seawolves get one back. Laquelle gets his first point of the season in his second game. And Mississippi back within 2. It takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails at McMorran Place. A 3-goal period for the Prowlers still. And less than 2 minutes to go in it. Graham tipped it in. Carter off the back wall to Stoya. His pass too hard for Hippolyte Smith. Federley trying a little fancy back pass, and that just didn't work. Delstrom first on it at his own end as icing's waved off. And it's Johnson up to Graham. Turns and heads up ice, trying to make a pass off to Millette. That was cut off by Stoya. And pinball down to the front of the net. And Millette has it now. Delstrom steps into it. Gets it back down the boards. Graham with his head up, tried to slip it towards Federley. That was taken away by Carter. Final minute of period 2 as Johnson, back in his own end, spins away from Horn. Slid it all the way up to Graham, who tipped it in. Turner lost his stick. Bussell tried to center. Couldn't do it, and out come the Seawolves. Horn with his head up, sent it to the net, stopped by Cooper. Rebound came out too far in front of him. It's still loose. They still jam away, and Cooper has the pad down. He'll get the whistle. Seawolves were looking for a late strike to pull themselves within 1. There was a crowd of bodies all around Reed Cooper, who's now made 19 saves in this game. Brendan Hussey and Matt Stoya picked up the assists on that last goal for the Seawolves. Both of them came into the game tied with 7 as the team leader, or leaders. Bussell and Wong will take this base all with 19.8 left in the period. Comes to the point, Turner shot in a stick and changed direction and went wide. Stiles got it out. Turner, watched by Scantlebury, gave it to Hansen. Head up, tried a long pass, and he has Bonta on the other end. Long range shot, stopped by Cooper in the final seconds, and that will do it for a wild period 2, or really a wild end of the period 2, as we got 3 goals, or 4 goals between these two teams. Actually, was it 4? It was 5 goals between the two teams, 3 for the Prowlers and 2 for the Seawolves. In the final 6.5 minutes of the period. Shots on goal for that frame favoring the Prowlers 13-12, and they're up on shots for the game 33-22. And Port Huron has a 4-2 lead heading into period number 3 as the teams head to the locker room, and the Prowlers will look to wrap up this game and secure themselves a series sweep in the first series between them and the Seawolves this season. This is the second of 5 games between these teams this year. They'll talk about it in the locker rooms first, and we'll talk about it as well here on the PHP Network, as we want you to stick around for the Moses Roses smoke break. We'll take a look at the Prowlers' upcoming schedule as well. Out of town scores as games have gotten underway now around the FPHL, a packed FPHL slate. So we'll check in on all of those games and talk about this one as well. It's all coming up here on the PHP Network. Well, secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game on Friday, January 3rd, as they take on the Binghamton Black Bears, with puck drop at McMorran Place scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Tickets are available online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or by scanning the QR code on your screen now. That's online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or scan the QR code on your screen now to be part of the Prowlers' 10th anniversary season. And the Saturday game that weekend is the Prowlers' New Year's game. That's the Torch Run, Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics game. It's a New Year's theme this year. I just got a jersey, and it looks amazing. You may have seen it teased on the Prowlers' Instagram and Facebook stories earlier this week. The logo, which is the normal Prowler logo with sunglasses and 2025 on it. There'll be a full reveal coming up this upcoming week on the Prowlers social media, so be sure to stay tuned to those and get your tickets. Or again, that is Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics night, and those specialty jerseys will be auctioned off with proceeds going to the Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics. We'll take a break here on the PHP Network. Prowlers with the 2-goal lead here at McMorran Place over the Mississippi Seawolves through 40 minutes of play. You're watching the PHP Network, your home for Port Huron Prowlers hockey.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Experience the best of the Thumb Coast at the DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron. Nestled on the shores of the St. Clair River, our waterfront hotel offers breathtaking views that will leave you in awe. Come dine at our on-site restaurant Freighters or relax by our indoor pool. The DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron recently celebrated 10 years of service. To celebrate, we are offering 10% off your stay. Call and mention code Prowlers for a discount.
Back here at McMorran Place, they're cleaning up the Chuckapucks. And after a wild end to that second period, the Prowlers have a 4-2 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. Will Wiggleman back with you at McMorran Place. Thanks for joining us tonight for Teddy Bear Toss Night. We saw the Bears hit the ice in the opening period with about 60 seconds left in it, 64 seconds to be exact, and that 1-0 lead held until there were under 6.5 to go in period 2. But then the goals started coming fast and furious. Stephen Deasy scored off a rebound as Brian Parsons got the shot through. That made a 2-0 lead for Port Huron at that point. Matt Graham took a tripping penalty, and 59 seconds after the DC goal, Curtis Hansen got a power play goal. It was just 9 seconds after Graham's penalty began. And that pulled the Seawolves back within 1. But 41 seconds later, Tucker Scantleberry made it 3-1. And then a minute and 27 seconds after that, Alex Johnson made it a 4-1 game. And the vibes were great here at McMorran Place, as that goal came with 3:12 left in the period, but with just under 2 minutes to go in the frame, Brendan Hussey ripped a pass in front, and Sam Laquelle was able to touch it home. And that made it 4-2, took a little bit of the wind out of the sails of the Prowlers faithful here tonight, but their team still heads into period 3 with a 4-2 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. Prowlers with 3 goals in that period. The 4th time this season they have scored 3 goals in a period. Last time came on November the 15th against the Blue Ridge Bobcats, but 2 of those goals were empty netters. To find the last time the Prowlers scored 3 goals against a goaltender in a period, you have to go all the way back to November the 8th against the Hudson Valley Venom. That was in a losing effort. They scored 3 goals in the first period of that game. They also scored 3 goals in the second period of their game against the Motor City Rockers here at McMorran Place on the first day of November. That was in a winning effort. The Prowlers are hoping that tonight will be a winning effort. They've certainly played well enough to win. And if they can close out this final 20 minutes, they'll have not only will they have a sweep of the weekend against the lowly Mississippi Seawolves, and they'll take 5 of a possible 6 points, but they'll also have their first 3-game winning streak of this 2024-25 season. They have not won more than 2 games in a row yet this year, but now trying to do just that and win their third in a row and pick up their 10th victory of the season. As we take a quick look at, we'll take a look at the stats from this game and much more coming up later on in this intermission report. And we will do that for you next, coming up on the PHP Network.
Experience the best of the Thumb Coast at the DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron. Nestled on the shores of the St. Clair River, our waterfront hotel offers breathtaking views that will leave you in awe. Come dine at our on-site restaurant Freighters or relax by our indoor pool. The DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron recently celebrated 10 years of service. To celebrate, we are offering 10% off your stay. Call and mention code Prowlers for a discount.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Back here at McMorran Place, starting to wrap up the second intermission as the Prowlers and the Seawolves have found 6 total goals, 5 of them in that second period. And here we set 4-2 in favor of the Port Huron Prowlers. Before we continue talking about this game, look ahead in the Prowlers' schedule. They'll be on the road for the next 3 games as they visit Atkins Ford Arena for the very first time, the newly built arena for the Athens Rock Lobsters down in Athens, Georgia. We'll have a couple of 7:05 starts there, and we'll have them both here for you on the PHP Network, of course, so be sure to tune in. 7:05 puck drops again for the first ever meetings between the Prowlers and the Rock Lobsters. Then New Year's Eve, the Motor City Rockers are hosting at 3:05 p.m. Prowlers will play that game, and then they'll head over to the Brass Rail across the street from McMorran Place. Everyone is invited, fans, all of Port Huron, anybody who would like to come to the Brass Rail on New Year's Eve and come ring in the new year with the Port Huron Prowlers, be sure to come out as they will head right there just as soon as that game at Big Boy Arena ends and they get back, showered up, all of that fun stuff. Personally, for me, this is going to be my first time having New Year's in Port Huron. The last 2 years, we've been on a bus down south after the New Year's Eve game against the Rockers. So I'm very excited to see the calendar flip to 2025 and not be on a bus for it. Then the Prowlers will return home. Their first weekend of the new year will be against the Binghamton Black Bears, the current leaders in the FPHL. And that Saturday game on January the 4th is Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics night. So be sure to come out to that one, bid on a jersey, or get some exclusive New Year's themed Prowlers merch. That all goes to a great cause. Let's take a look now around the FPHL. Black Bears are in action. They're taking on the Motor City Rockers. Of course, the Dashers and Venom not playing tonight. That is a postponed game. But in Binghamton, the Rockers and Black Bears tied up at 1 goal apiece. Binghamton is up on shots 28-5. But each team has found the back of the net once. Scott Ramekers for the Bears and Matthias Tellstrom for the Rockers. And 1-1 middle frame in Binghamton. Late first in Watertown. They have just found their first goal. And it's as Trevor Newman has the Wolves up 1-0 on the Danbury hat tricks. As they play again in Watertown. They're through the first period in Athens. And this one's looks like it was a little bit wild right at the end. We have some roughing, slashing, and fighting majors, and Connor Lind and Justin Portillo have each been ejected for fighting after the original altercation. As far as goals go, just one aside, one for Garrett Milan and one for Ryan Hunter. That one tied up at 1 through 20. They're still finishing the first 20 in Wytheville as the Bobcats and Thunderbirds are tied up at 1 goal apiece. Gordon Wayland scored for Carolina and Jacob Wolf for Blue Ridge. The Zydeco and Moccasins will be dropping the puck here in just a few minutes in Baton Rouge. Well, Prowlers holding a 4-2 lead through these first 40 minutes of play. They have the shots advantage 33-22. They've had the better of the play, certainly for long stretches of that game, although the Seawolves pushed back at times in the second period. Neither team's power play has been successful. Prowlers have only had the one chance from all the way back in the first period when the game was still scoreless. But they have killed off all 3 Seawolves power plays that all came in that middle 20 minutes. As the Seawolves hit the ice, we take a look at our PHP Network trivia question. And for Teddy Bear Toss Night, we wanted to know who holds the record for the most stuffed animals collected on a Teddy Bear Toss Night. And that record belongs, as it often does, to the Hershey Bears of the AHL. The record is 74,599 stuffed bears collected. That came back on January 7th of this year, as the Hershey Bears just continue to try and break their own record year after year. And for reference, that is about 1.5 times the population of Port Huron. So I did not think we were going to get anywhere close to that record, but still certainly a nice showing for the Teddy Bear Toss from the fans here at McMorran Place tonight. Sam Best getting set in the goal crease, 2 hours left, as he has made 29 saves on 33 Prowlers shots. Reed Cooper in the goal crease, down to our right. He stopped 20 of 22 Seawolves shots through the first 40 minutes, as Cooper is looking to pick up a victory in his 3rd straight start. Once again, just like the first, just like the second, Brendan Hussey and Jamie Bussell to start it off at the face-off dot, and we're underway. And Hussey skates it in, took a shot that went off of Brockway's skate, and Bussell sends it out in Styles' direction. Carter rims it this side, up towards Hippolyte Smith. And now it's Stoya, long range pass on the stick of Horn. Handed it off for Hussey. Shot stopped by Cooper. And he has the rebound gathered in for a whistle. Both teams making some quick changes ahead of this face-off to Cooper's right. The Philip Wong's line out against Matt Cram's line. Off the draw, it's chopped to the near side half wall. Federley tried to spin away from Richardson, sent it back to Thelstrom as he did so. Johnson, long pass on Federley's tape. Gives it off to Graham as Federley going to the net. Graham across looking for Thelstrom, and he just couldn't bring in the pass. Federley sent it in front. Graham almost got a good opportunity, but just couldn't get that puck on net. Millette keeps it in at the line. Has it down to Federley, looking back for Alex Johnson, who is sneaking down to the slot. That was cut off, and Mississippi clears and gets a change. Millette back off the boards to Thelstrom. Hands off for Parsons. Thelstrom heads off for a change. Meanwhile, Parsons finds Chartrand, who backhands it in. Millette looking towards Chartrand. He's stapled by Anderson. Millette comes back in to join the scrum along with Hussey. Chartrand able to pull it out. Try to send it on goal. Taken by Parsons, and he dumps it around. Turner out to Hussey. Pass off for Horn to the net, deflected wide. And DC picks it up on the other side. Over to Chartrand. He steps past his man. Chartrand, a shot, saved by Best. Rebound pops out, and he has another save as Tristan Sim tried to put it back on net. But Sam Best up to the challenge that time. The faceoff will be deep in Seawolves territory. Another good rush for the Prowlers there, as Sim got himself a good opportunity. Scantleberry lined up right behind Bussell, but the puck came to the middle. And Stoya launches it to the Prowlers zone. Brockway let it up for Stiles. Spins away, fed it across, looking for Bussell. Hansen came back on the back check to break it up. Scantleberry stick handling through in a phone booth between a couple of Seawolves. Now is the puck back, but he left it with the referee. Stiles pulls it out in front. Scantleberry from the side of the net. Stopped by Best. Chopped to the line. Brockway, head up, got it through, but he missed the net. And Hansen lost it to Scantleberry, trying a wrap, but Best swinging that big goal stick out. It will knock the puck off of Tucker Scantleberry's stick. Cooper leaves it for Brockway, has Richardson blanketing him, but he hands off to Lockhart. Federley up for Graham. Tried to float it across to Millette. That was knocked out of the air by Carter. And back come the Seawolves. Williams, cross corner dump. McKell and Johnson tie up. And now it's Federley trying to work up. Here comes Austin Federley on the backhand, trying to make a pass. It hit Turner, still loose. Best trying to get the blocker on top, and he picks it up to get the whistle. But Federley was trying to go across in Matt Graham's direction. It escaped and rolled in right on Best. He was sitting on the goal line, pads stretched out. Johnson lined up right behind Matt Graham on this face-off. Graham wins it back. Millette comes in to scoop it up. Federley overskated it. And Anderson gets it to Horn, who goes off the glass and out. Johnson spun down to the ice. Thelstrom takes the puck. Moving away from some oncoming pressure. And now it's Johnson on the right wing. Makes a nice move, got it in front, but Best cut it off. Alex Johnson was trying to get on the highlight reel there. Put it between his legs. But he couldn't get it in front to Matt Graham. Not sure if he was trying to shoot it or pass it, but either way, couldn't get it there. Prowlers with an offensive zone face-off. James won it forward. DC one-handed along back towards the point, but Hansen was there. Chartrand takes Wong in, and DC dumps it off the back glass. James sent it deep. Chartrand takes his man in. Now James comes out with it, but he lost the puck as he tried to make a move to the net. Wong played that one off a stick, and the dump ends up going out of play. 4.5 minutes down in the Scholes family McDonald's third period. Already 6 shots for the Prowlers in this frame, 2 for the Seawolves. Comes to the wall, Turner pulls it off. Steps around DC, Turner spinning in front, got it all the way across, and Hansen put it back across and missed the net. Turner's pass this time couldn't find Richardson as he had his stick lifted. Sent back towards the front, blocked by traffic, and James tries to spring Chartrand. Carter back on Chartrand. He hands it off to James, takes the shot, saved by Best, and Richardson saves the rebound. Hansen trying to move it along. Comes to Bussell. Bussell works his way in. Bussell to the backhand. Had it roll off the end of his tape. Kicks it back to Brockway at the point. Lockhart looking back towards Brockway, and Richardson got his stick in the way. Brockway over to Stiles. Slips it all the way through to Scantleberry. Trying to dance around Stoya. They both go crashing to the ice, and Anderson dumps it all the way down. Icing waved off. Brockway and Hippolyte-Smith tie up. Lockhart looking for that puck. Brockway ends up taking a seat. Now it's a 2-a-side scrum, finally pulled out by Horn. Up high, Stoya had his stick fail him, and here comes Scantleberry, works in, his shot stopped by Sam Best. Now Scantleberry across, quick shot, save the rebound. This went right through the crease as Thilstrom snuck in from his defensive position to get a good shot away. Scantleberry spun down. Johnson first on it. Head up, trying to slip it out high to Millette. That puck hopped on him at the last moment. He has Horn right on him, and Horn got a shot away that Cooper had to stop. 13:29 to go in period 3. We are still at a 4-2 Prowler lead here at McMorran Place.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Take care of all your financial needs at Flagship Credit Union, official partner of the Port Huron Prowlers. Serving St. Clair County since 1959 and now serving Sanilac and Huron counties. Flagship Credit Union is big enough to meet all your financial needs and small enough to know how to best serve you. They can help you open a checking account or find a low-interest loan that works for you. Find them at 3910 Lapeer Road, Port Huron, Michigan, or give them a call at 810-982-8575.
Back here in Port Huron, 4-2 Prowlers. Early stages of period 3. Zach Horn got himself a good opportunity, looking for his first goal as a Seawolf. Signed back on December the 13th. This is just his third game as a Seawolf in his 3rd FPHL season. Also played for Watertown, Blue Ridge, and Carolina. He played 9 games split between the Bobcats and the Thunderbirds last year, now getting a chance in Mississippi. Johnson collects it in the corner, slips it out to Graham. Millette tried to touch it along, couldn't do it. And it comes back to Johnson. Delstrom had his pass knocked down. Johnson finds Millette though on the right wing. Millette centered, but only found Turner's stick. Here come the Seawolves. It's Hansen dangling all the way through the middle of the ice, and then he lost it. Millette has Graham hustling to join him. Millette makes the pass, and it ended up being a shot, actually. I thought he tried to pass it. It ended up being a backhand shot that Best was able to shut down. Reggie Millette will get credit for the shot on goal. He had the teddy bear toss goal all the way back in period 1. Couldn't make anything happen there. He had to come all the way down the boards. And by the time he picked up the puck, the angle was cut off. Up this faceoff, Bonta takes a hit from Scantlebury. Good in center, now he got it on net. Save made by Best, and then Stiles had his backhander sweep off a stick and out of play. 12.5 left to go in period 3. Bussell has it tied up off the faceoff, and he gets in front, and Scantlebury was tied up there by Richardson. Petroditson across to Parsons. Sends the wrister through, is deflected. Save made by Best, and it's cleared down ice. Icing waved off. Petroditson has to play it. Up towards Bussell, tried to touch it into the offensive zone. Stoya looks to put it right back out. There's all kinds of space with his team in the midst of a change. He delayed, and he got it up into the Prowlers' end. Port Huron looks to move it right back out. Stiles off the boards. Bussell keeps it moving. He finds Scantlebury, curl and drag. Oh, he just launched it over top of the net. That one would have been a pretty one for Scantlebury. DC got his stick on that outlet pass. Sim floats it towards the crease. Ends up on the far boards. And out comes Horn. Brockway. Couldn't play it around. 2 Seawolves go tumbling. One because of Brockway, and the other just lost his footing. They'll blow it dead as Hussey was knocked down by Brockway, and then coming in was Hippolyte Smith just to try and make a play on the puck. And he lost his footing and went into the boards hard. They'll blow it dead for him. Face-off looks like we'll be coming outside. Daniel Chartrand, Prowlers' alternate captain, having some words with one of the referees. Horn also came over and said something to the referee. Not sure what the conversation is from Chartrand. Maybe he thought the Prowlers were moving out of the zone. And he didn't want the whistle blown because Port Huron was in control of the puck. That's the only reason I could think of, but now it's Reed Cooper chatting with the referee. So whatever happened that sparked all of these conversations with men in stripes was something that I missed, so we'll try and figure things out. It looks like, I think Horn is getting his face worked on by Prowlers trainer Bridget Smith. And there seems to be a little bit of blood in front of the Seawolves bench, so maybe that's what Horn was upset about. He thought he got high sticked. Yeah, not sure what Chartrand was chatting about, but, or Cooper. But it doesn't matter now, as Brockway dumps it in. Chartrand heads after it. He won the race and he poked it along. Hansen got it back to Carter. And he goes over to this side to Turner. On for Richardson, off the boards, all the way down. And that will be icing. Lockhart back to touch up for the Prowlers. Had himself an assist last night. Did Brett Lockhart. Port Huron making a change, and they send out Matt Graham's line. Graham wins it back for Federley. Got to go back to the point. Hansen was right there to get in Fellstrom's way. And Johnson tries to look up, and he finds Graham. Now Millette enters the offensive zone. Across to Fellstrom with space, but he couldn't bring in the pass cleanly. Goes down to Graham. That puck got through Richardson, and Johnson collects it off the boards. Federley out to Millette, takes the shot, and they score! That may have hit Matt Graham as he was coming through. Either way, Prowlers have 5. And it looks like it will be Graham's goal. As Millette took the shot, it did change direction, certainly on the way through. That didn't go cleanly in. So it looks like for Matt Graham, he gets his 4th goal of the year. And it's a 3-point night for him to add to his 2 assists. Well, the Prowlers back in front by 3. We approach the midway point of this 3rd period. Parsons able to get that one back deep. Sent all the way out. Petrovitson settles it down for Parsons. It goes right back to Nikita Petrovitson. Stiles goes off the boards. Pulled back by Hussey. And now Petrovitson over to Scantleberry. He works in to the middle of the ice. Scantleberry slid it softly on net. And Best got his stick down to make the save. Comes out of the zone. Hippolyte Smith recollects. And he's closed off by Petrovitson. They took a hit from Bussell. Stiles dumps it around. Carter keeps it moving on for Hansen. They announce Reggie Millette and Austin Federley getting the assists on the goal by Matt Graham. And that makes it 5-2. Prowlers up by 3 with the only goal of the 3rd. We'll take a timeout here on the PHP Network.
EDA, providing local business support for over 70 years. And helping to boost our region's workforce, retain and attract talent. Working to grow the local economy and the flow of money into our community to help businesses be profitable and successful. Focused on improving the region's economic strength and quality of life for residents. To learn more about the EDA of St. Clair County, visit edascc.com.
Explore 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron in Michigan's Thumb Coast. Begin your adventure on a blanket of golden sand at one of our serene beaches. Connect with the historic atmosphere of our region's nautical influence and reconnect with friends under a blanket of stars. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Past the midway point of the 3rd period. Prowlers spreading around the offense, but this line has done some damage. The Graham, Millette, and Federley line that just scored. Graham with 3 points, and both Federley and Millette with 2. They're the only Prowlers with multiple points tonight. 11 different Prowlers have found the score sheet with either a goal or an assist in this game. It's been a full team effort. And here they come looking for more. Luke James slips it past one man. Was stymied right by the blue line. And Hansen lost an edge. DC took the puck, but then he took a bump from Hansen. Wong Trying to fight through some stick checks from Stefan DC. And Wong loses an edge. And this time they're going to call a penalty. And Carter went after DC. Stefan DC is heading to the penalty box for tripping. He can't believe it. But the Prowlers will be shorthanded for the fourth time in this game. Seawolves 1 for 3 on the man advantage. And DC picks up the tripping call. Test the Prowlers PK. Federley wins this face-off back right off the jump, and Johnson with a quick clear. They never got the penalty up there on the big board, so maybe, actually I have no idea what the problem is. I won't start guessing. Stoya slid it to Richardson, who hipped it in. Parsons and Anderson tied up. They dig it free. Johnson had his stick lifted by Stoya. They try a quick tuck. That was Richardson. Cooper able to get his pad on the post. Prowlers can't clear. Anderson to the top. Turner for Stoya. Watched by Stiles. Back to Turner. Got it down low for Hansen. Driving. Turner out high. Stoya off the back wall. And then Hansen hit the post. As the carom came off the boards, Hansen had a yawning cage, and he just caught the post. It's Turner shot saved by Cooper, and the clearing attempt knocked down. Past the midway point, I believe, of this penalty. Again, no penalty time is up right now. But they know in the penalty box when DC's supposed to come out. Parsons knows what to do with that puck. He sends it all the way down ice. And Port Huron gets 4 fresh killers. Seawolves also making changes. Hansen lifted off for Hippolyte Smith. Goes all the way around. And a quick shot stopped by Cooper off the stick of Zach Horn. If I'm correct, there are about 20 seconds left in the penalty to DC. Actually, maybe a little less. Not sure, either way. DC is standing in the box, so maybe closer to about 10 seconds. James and Hussey on this face-off. Hussey able to win it back as they finally drop it. Carter got it to Horn. Back to Carter. Turner. Into the middle. Hippolyte Smith couldn't get a shot away. Good stick by the Prowlers. We're back to 5-on-5. Horn looking for a passing option. Trying to go up top to Carter, and DC got a stick in the way. Under 6.5 to go in this one. Best lost it to DC, but he couldn't find a teammate as he tried to center, and out comes Mississippi. Carter has help going to the net, drops it off. Hussey's shot missed wide, and Karam's all the way back to the neutral zone. Turner retreating to his own end, sends a saucer pass all the way up to Hussey. Now Johnson takes over. Tried to go to Thelstrom. Hussey in front, saved by Cooper on Hippolyte Smith's turnaround opportunity. '29th shot of the game for the Seawolves, 27th save for Reed Cooper. Prowlers a shot away from 50 in this game. Face off one back by Sim. Prowlers have hit 50 shots once this season. Roussel tosses it in. Scantleberry behind the net. He's taken in hard as Wong came flying in with a big shoulder. Wong out with the puck. Richardson dumps it in. Cooper plays it right up this way, and Scantleberry finds it. Floats a rink wide feed towards Thelstrom. Stoya stepped up on it, and it's Hansen moving to the middle of the ice, but Bussell came back to take it off his stick. Thelstrom up to Bussell, and he touched it through for Scantleberry. Works in, shot off the side of the net, and then off the back glass. Sent up off the window, all the way down, no icing. Bussell back to play it for Port Huron. Made a quick pass up the near side. Federley trying to send Graham in. He and Hussey battling for that puck. They tie up in the corner. Carter comes in for it. And now it's Federley. Across to Parsons. Tried to send it on net, off a stick. Millette picks it up on the other side. Federley to the net, off a stick, and out of play. 4.5 left in regulation. Prowlers with a 3-goal lead. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rearview mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
A Big Mac.
chicken Big Mac?
2 chicken patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We invite you to tune into our next broadcast on Friday, December the 27th, when the Prowlers visit the Athens Rock Lobsters. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:05 p.m. and the pregame show starts at 6:50. It's all right here on the PHP Network. First trip to Atkins Ford Arena for the Prowlers and first ever meeting with the Athens Rock Lobsters. Rock Lobsters will be here at McMorran Place in March. So you'll get your opportunity to see one of the FPHL's newest teams then. But first, you'll get to see them here on the PHP Network, so be sure to tune in for that one. Parsons gets the red line, dumps it around. Carter tried to stop it there. Hippolyte Smith tied up by Graham, and Graham sends it back down low. Carter down on a knee, trying to move the puck along. Seawolves turn it over, but finally they get it off the glass and out of the zone. Reggie Millette floats it back to Parsons. Up to Federley. He touches it in and heads off for a change. Carter. Pass up to Richardson. Knocked away by Parsons. Turner tried to go across to a teammate. Wong skates into it. Gets to the Prowlers zone with speed. Knocked off his stick and heads into the corner with Parsons. Shot from the outside by Richardson. Second opportunity knocked down as he fanned on the first one. And the Prowlers come out. Millette hustling down after that puck. Chops it on net. And Best catches it in the glove. They get a whistle and a face-off. An offensive zone draw coming now for the Prowlers. Up by 3, trying to close out this weekend. Up the draw, James wins it back. Brockway to the net, saved by Best. And there's the 50th shot of the game for the Port Huron Prowlers. Brockway turns around behind his own net, and he hustles up ice. Looking towards DC, just out of his reach. Anderson played it right off the boards, and it comes to Lockhart. Brockway has a man in front. It's Chartrand. He just floated it wide. DC cycles for Chartrand. Laid it up in Hippolyte Smith's direction, and now Stoya back for Anderson. DC chasing him behind the net. Anderson able to escape, but has to head back after that puck. And Anderson pokes it back towards Stoya. Bussell cut it off at center. Chartrand is back in. Drop for Thelstrom. Walks in off of Best's glove. Bussell hustling after it in the corner. Over to Johnson. Glove down by Horn, and Carter next to touch it, but you can hand pass in the defensive zone. So everything all right. Thelstrom moves it up for Stiles. And Stiles makes a nice move. 2-on-1. Stiles with a nice move. And Best reaches out the glove. And now Wong grabbing at Stiles. Everybody has to be separated. Kenny Stiles with a nice move at center, and then another one to get around Best. But Sam Best reached back with the glove hand to keep Kenny Stiles off the scoreboard. Stiles is heading over to the penalty box. They're pointing Wong over there as well, but Wong is sat down on his bench. Linesman came over to tell Wong to go over there, and he's decided to sit down, and now the referee over there too. And finally they coax Philip Wong off his bench and over to the sin bin. And they've decided that Philip Wong is going to the room, and they'll send Kenny Stiles to the room as well. And now they've closed the door on Stiles. Now Kenny Stiles and Philip Wong have both been sent off, and I've only seen 2-minute penalties to either one of them. And it looks like we have 4-on-4. I guess because it's a 3-goal game, they've decided not to put anybody in the penalty boxes for some reason, just told Stiles and Wong to leave. Minute 57 left in it. Federley will draw with Richardson. We'll have 4-on-4 for what looks like the rest of this game. Comes across to Johnson, holds, and he couldn't find a goal. Not sure. I'm sure Best got some of that puck. I'm sure Alex Johnson did not just shoot it off the back glass. We'll see if they give him credit for a shot on goal. I don't believe they will. Here's Johnson with a steal. Gets to the middle, hit the post that time. Definitely won't get credit for a shot on goal for that one. Certainly looked a lot closer than his last opportunity. Carter gets the red line and sends it all the way around. Johnson across to Thelstrom and back to Johnson. He looks to head up ice, gives it off to Federley. Johnson heading to the net. Federley pulls up. Tried to float it through for Millette. Couldn't find him. Instead, Best clamps the glove on top with 61 seconds left in this one. And it looks like the Prowlers will close it out with a victory tonight. Get their 10th win of the season, move to 10-10-2, 28 points. And they are breathing down the hat tricks next, with both Danbury and Watertown, the two teams ahead of Port Huron, struggling at times as of late. Both of them lost last night. They're playing each other tonight. That shot came in and was stopped by Best. We will take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard during the PHP Network post-game show, along with much more stats from this game. And we'll go back through it. So stick around here on the PHP Network after this one ends. But in case you don't, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. And looking forward to seeing you guys back here again after the Christmas break, which isn't really much of a break, on December the 27th, when the Prowlers visit the Athens Rock Lobsters. 39 seconds to go in this one. Stefan DC gets in to take this face off against Richardson. Richardson won it back. Cycled up the wall by Stoya. Parsons puts it back down and around. DC tried to tap it along. Petrovitson sent it right back down the boards. Anderson had his stick lifted. And now James to the net on his backhand. Stopped by Best, and then he's dumped by Anderson. Parsons spinning in the corner. Around to James. Behind the net. Final seconds ticking off. James's pass swept away. But the Prowlers win it by a final of 5-2 tonight. They sweep the weekend. They have their first 3-game win streak of the season as they take down the Mississippi Seawolves tonight. Reed Cooper has won his 3rd straight start as he made 28 saves on 30 shots tonight. Prowlers put 50 shots on net for the 2nd time this season, and they come away with a big victory and a sweep of the Mississippi Seawolves. Once again, our next broadcast, Prowlers visiting the Athens Rock Lobsters on Friday, December the 27th. Puck drop at 7:05 right here on the PHP Network. So be sure to tune in for that. But for now, if you're not sticking around for the post-game show, have a great Christmas and a great holiday break. But for those of you sticking around, stay tuned on the post-game show, game stats, and one last look at the out-of-town scoreboard. And we'll do it next here on the PHP Network.
Seriously, not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Prowlers pick up a 5-2 victory over the Mississippi Seawolves tonight at McMorran Place, and they sweep the weekend, picking up 5 of a possible 6 points. Time now to go back through this one, goal by goal. Well, the Prowlers had shot after shot, chance after chance, and save after save from Sam Best, but finally Reggie Millette broke through with 64 seconds left in the opening 20 minutes. He got the teddy bear toss goal tonight, and he is also tonight's first star of the game. Reggie Millette off a rebound, put it home. Teddy bears hit the ice, and fun was had by all here at McMorran Place. That held until late in the second period. Then the goals started coming fast and furious. At 13:41, Stephen DC put home a rebound on a Brian Parsons shot. But 59 seconds later, it was Curtis Hansen getting the Seawolves on the board, a power play marker for Mississippi, off a rebound himself. But about 41 seconds after that, Tucker Scantleberry got a goal assisted by Brett Lockhart and Jamie Bussell. And for Bussell, that's his first point as a Port Huron Prowler, restoring the 2-goal lead for Port Huron. And then a minute and 27 seconds later, Austin Federley found Alex Johnson, and that made it 4-1 at that point. But the air got sucked out of the building a little bit when Sam Laquel tapped home a backdoor feed from Brendan Hussey in the final 2 minutes. Didn't affect the Prowlers too much, as they held the Seawolves off the board the rest of the way. Matt Graham had a Reggie Millette shot go off of him and into the back of the net in that third period. That was the final goal of the game, 5-2 your final. And the stars of the game, that entire line of Graham, Federley, and Millette. Austin Federley, the third star with 2 assists. Matt Graham, the second star with a goal and 2 assists. And Reggie Millette with a goal and an assist is tonight's first star of the game. When we come back, we will take a look, one last look, at our out-of-town scoreboard. Big game for the Prowlers to pay attention to going on in Watertown. So we'll tell you which games to tune into once we wrap up. And then we will send you into the holiday break. And all of that fun stuff. One last look first at the game stats from this one. Prowlers hitting 50 shots for the second time this season. Just one power play for Port Huron. Seawolves made good on one of their 4-man advantages as the Prowlers win it tonight by a final score of 5-2. Again, we'll be right back with one last look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap this one up in a nice little bow.
Experience the best of the Thumb Coast at the DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron. Nestled on the shores of the St. Clair River, our waterfront hotel offers breathtaking views that will leave you in awe. Come dine at our on-site restaurant Freighters or relax by our indoor pool. The DoubleTree by Hilton Port Huron recently celebrated 10 years of service. To celebrate, we are offering 10% off your stay. Call and mention code Prowlers for a discount.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Will Wiggleman back here one final time to McMorran Place. Prowlers get the victory tonight by a final of 5-2 behind a 3-point night for Matt Graham and 2 points for each of his line mates, Austin Federley and Reggie Millette. Time now to take one last look around the FPHL before we close this one out. And we start with the Binghamton Black Bears, who got goals from Dan Weber and Gavin Yates. And they have a 3-1 lead now on the Motor City Rockers early on in period 3. The Hat Tricks and the Wolves, the two teams right in front of the Prowlers, are battling it out in Watertown. They're tied up at 2 goals apiece. Trevor Newman has both for the Wolves. Jeremy Rocky and Jacob Ratcliffe have scored for Danbury. Rock Lobsters have taken a 2-1 lead on the Columbus River Dragons, courtesy of a Malik Johnson second period goal. Still in the middle frame there. It is 2-1. That's the Prowlers' next opponent, the Athens Rock Lobsters. 2-2 in Wytheville in the second between the Blue Ridge Bobcats and the Carolina Thunderbirds. Peter Panacek and Devin Sanders both with second period goals, less than 2 minutes apart. And that one is knotted up. Finally, nobody scored in Baton Rouge as the Moccasins and the Zydeco are scoreless, with Sean Kuhn and Brendan Colgan doing some perfect work in the first 20 minutes. 15 saves for Colgan for Baton Rouge and 8 for Kuhn for Monroe. Once again, do tune in to our next broadcast on Friday, December the 27th. Prowlers take on the Athens Rock Lobsters down in Georgia. Puck drop again scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Pregame show starts at 6:50. It's all right here on the PHP Network. I hope that everybody has a great Christmas, great holiday, and keep it safe as well. And we will see you right back here. For Kim running the camera, I'm Will Wiggleman. Thanks for tuning in this weekend. We'll see you next time on the PHP Network.